Hello, everyone. This is Josiah here again. I am here because there's something very important that I wanted to talk about. Actually, I am going to deliver the message to all that is able to hear what I have to say. Now, before I start, I hope everyone is doing okay, and I would like to make sure that you all know that I care about you all, and I wanted to actually touch on some things about coronavirus and the so-called COVID-19, novel COVID-19. I wanted to encourage everyone to, keep the social distancing, make sure you wash your hands, keep the hygiene, maintain good hygiene, sanitize everything, and I'm confident that we'll be fine, and this wind will blow away, and it will be over very soon. Now, what I wanted to talk about, basically, the message I wanted to deliver is very simple and straight to the point. I was just thinking about this for some time, and I decided to go ahead and deliver it tonight because I'm really tired, but I had to do it. So, novel COVID-19 will forever change the world as we know it. That's the topic that I'm giving to this particular subject we're going to talk about. So we do know that this novel COVID-19 is not a joke. It's nothing to joke or play about. So we are very concerned, and also what I'm going to talk about has nothing to do with Lockdown LLC, which is actually a legal entity of its own. So this is my opinion that I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, so it is quite clear to those who know that the aftermath of novel COVID-19 is not going to be the same. It's not going to be business as usual. You might be thinking that the employers or the corporations are going to move the people back to their offices or whatsoever. But remember that what happens with the corporations is very simple. Whenever they are saving money, they don't really want to change. It becomes really difficult for them to make that change. So what I see in the nearest future is that the people that are working at home will remain at home for some time. Yes, there's going to be a need for a workforce that is staged at home. I call it husbandry. So if you're in IT, you should expect IT husbandry, engineering husbandry. So people uh, looking at statistics online, you can Google that. People are found to be more productive at home than at the office for so many reasons. That includes office politics and um, um, office politics and complex issues like conflict of interest and the rest of them. So these hinders people's performances, and staying at home has proven to be more productive in any way. So because of all those things, and it all boils down to showing me the money. If the organization or companies, enterprises, they're making money, they tend to be happy and they tend to stay put and do nothing, if there's no problem, just do nothing, something like that. So we are looking at when I say we, is myself and some of my friends. We do have um, we do brainstorming, and we do the rubbing of two minds, and we kind of spar between each other and one another to see the direction if we are thinking alike. So basically, we came up with the idea that although the world is visited by this pandemic, unprecedented time that we live in, it predicts that there will be drastic changes as a result of this. Meaning, there's going to be drastic changes as a result of this. So it will be very subtle, but to those who know, it will be quite significant. It is almost like the pandemic is going to be a driver of technology. Over the years, pandemics had shown signs and the possibility of driving technology. All technology has been able to drive the existence or occurrence of pandemics. So when you look at Hong Kong flu and Spanish flu and all the rest of them, you have to understand that they have something in common because of the growth, the industrialization, human industrialization, where transportation was so advanced that people are frequently moving around and going to places, and with them they carry whatever virus or bacteria that they had, and that when they come in touch with another person could develop into something different. So those were at that time, and today we are looking at COVID-19, the pandemic. And for those who know, you can see and try to triangulate how it's going to play out. Pandemic is here, and there's a need for people to stay away from one another. And again, we live in a society where technology is way advanced, that you can do a lot of stuff without seeing another person. You have the chat, you have the audio, video conferencing, you have teleconferencing, and the rest of them. So it is possible that people will remain at home and not returning back to the brick and mortar, as many of us will think. Because of that, there are going to be opportunities. It's going to be opportunity galore, whichever way you look at it. So I am advising you to sharpen up your skills, take up new ones, and the world as we see it is changing all the time. We have to change as the world changes. We have to change not only in the way we see the world, but in the kind of knowledge we take in and the skill sets that we want to acquire and the kind of business we want to do and so on and so forth. So those who are aligned or in tune with the changes will understand where it all lies. So you have to understand that to be able to predict and get into things that you really need to get into. So the opportunity lies for those in technology. Basically, I'm talking about those in technology pretty much. And there should be, I could also make comments on some relevant um, subjects or things that I know that are not completely technical. Well, I'm seeing cloud services, they're going to go up to the roof. Doesn't matter how you say it or look at it. As long as teleconferencing, audio video conferencing, which derives teleconferencing, which also will find will somehow will have teleconferencing, telehealth, and the rest of them. They are all video conferencing application anyway. So as long as that is going to go up, the prediction is the teleconferencing, video conferencing application or whatnot, they're going to go up to the roof. So if they're going up to the roof, common sense should let us know that the cloud services upon which we sit most of this stuff are going to go up the roof too, because you need the cloud services to actually unleash the power of all this technology. So all these technologies, sorry. So now, number one is cloud. I'm predicting cloud is going to go up the roof. So you need to go do your AWS practitioner. You need to go take that, study that, and try to take your exam. Then you do other stuff. You can do GCP, you can do Azure, you can do whatever you want. But cloud is the end thing. You need to get into the groove right now. And now teleconferencing. If you know any teleconferencing application, um, is good, but the what I'm really specifying here is not just the centralized ones that everybody is subscribing to. I'm rather talking about more like a decentralized one that is localized, which means a company can have their own and control their data and information. That means you're controlling the people you communicate with at the same time. So that's what I'm talking about. So the YouTubers should pay attention that they need to have this system set up for themselves, since they rely on the YouTube, their subscribers, and the amount of content that they put out there and the type of content to make money. It is necessary for them to have a platform they can control. If YouTube decide that they don't like the content, they can now take that content and leave it on their website, which allows their subscribers to reach to them. And they can also use the same platform to collect money from their subscribers who are willing to donate to them. You see how you pay through Patron. So if you have your own platform, you can actually have everything built in, and it becomes one ecosystem. So instead of Patron taking some money, which is usually about 3% and 30 cents, standard for anything over $3, I believe. So that would be an added advantage because some of you guys have 200,000 people following 150, 100,000. So check that out and see how much money you could be saving just for a platform that wouldn't cost as much if you are talking to the right person. So number three will be AI. Artificial intelligence is going to find a whole lot of uses in various areas because they are really fast. Training of complexes, I mean, using model and training complexes to get models. Models are fed into various things, and those things could be able to determine the difference between one model to another, so they can actually tell the difference in all set of things, and they could be used in marketing, selling a particular product to a particular group of demographics, and the same applies to any field you can think of. Artificial intelligence could be used there to make things faster, quicker, and precise. Now, you talk about the same thing goes with data science. They're all in the same toe. AI, data science, machine learning, deep learning, they're all in the same toe, okay? So you have machine learning, you have the deep learning, they're all the same, pretty much the same thing. One is slightly different, but you can Google that and get more information on that, okay? So my thing is these areas are going to be very in demand, and the resources are not going to, I mean, the human resources are not going to be there to fill the position. So you should grab it right now because once we have a little break from COVID-19, people are working right now. People that know what's going on are working. By the time the troubles with COVID-19 is contained, you're going to see a lot of innovations. People are going to push out a lot of things. So be on the lookout for that and use this opportunity to study as much as you can. So once it's done, you'll be ready, you'll be ready to be a part of the workforce. Gainful employment is very important. So you'll be a part of that workforce that's needed. So another thing is number four will be cybersecurity. More or less is going to be cybersecurity of everything. It could be data, it could be information technology, it could be physical, it could be anything. But cybersecurity is gonna be big. So I don't know. Very interesting. It's gonna be big. And data is the key. If you understand that data is going to play a very large role in Industry 4.0, which is fourth industrial revolution, this time it's about data, okay? So people are using data to do a lot of stuff. It's amazing how the top 10 richest companies in the world are, dealing with data, Facebook, Google, and the rest of them. So that tells you a lot. If you have any other skill sets in security or managing data, or manipulating data, or even hiding data, which is a part of cybersecurity, and it falls under what they call cryptography. That's a big part of the security, okay? And today we see data. A lot of people are talking about the digital identification. So data is what they use to create the digital ID. Countries like Estonia and India are using them in some of their social services. They are using it. You know how you go to maybe a welfare office and you want to access your account or some of the things that the state gives to you, then you need to have such a digital identification to do that. It allows you to traverse all areas in the government, uh, public activities in that particular country. So you can do it with a digital identity. But the question is, which is a trusted digital identity and which one is just a digital identity? So understanding data will help us. So data, go into data science and stuff like that, you benefit from it. There's going to be a high level, uh, very interesting growth in data science, but it will be another layer of complexity coming. The analytic is gonna be off the hook. So I'm advising people who has the power, the ability. Cybersecurity, data security, there's gonna be big in the future. So let's look at the IT. That's gonna be number five. IT, software development is gonna be in there. Networking, mobile support, help desk. They still won't be there. But the help desk people are going to be doing it from home, as you guys well know. Call centers might be obsolete very soon because you have AI doing a lot of wonderful things. Few people will still be at home, doing a whole lot of work in assisting the robotics, stuff like that. And now we have sales and marketing. You can't do anything without the good old fashioned salesmen and women and marketers. They still have to use that phone, make that call, go to that door, go in the offices, go to people's home, call on the phone, join conferences to be able to take that lead and convert it into sales and bring the revenue in. So these are areas that I see opportunities. I'm sharing that with you. I hope you take it seriously and don't play around with this. So moving forward. So after the COVID-19, so we're gonna see adoption in these areas. Okay, this is pretty much in support of what I've already said. So we're gonna see AI-powered internet for education, logistics, delivery, and social media. It's gonna be a lot of it, so you have to be careful. And social media, and the advice will be for you to have a play with social media that allows you to control your data and that has the kind of security that you can control, meaning you can only provide to that medium what you want. They can't just have it. Okay? It has to be some kind of agreement that you have with them. Because of this reason, you have GDPR in Europe, which is General Data Protection Regulation. Okay? So be careful in the future how you play with your personal identifiable information, personal health record, health information, electronic record, and the rest of them. Okay? So it is not going to be business as usual. Your information is going to be more expensive than gold, silver, or whatever natural resources you can name, because we're cutting over at the beginning of this century, we're cutting over to digital digital age. Okay, so you need to understand what that means and don't play with that. Don't take it lightly. Okay, all right. So there's going to be a perpetual work from home stratagem across the board. So it's going to be a perpetual work from home stratagem. hmm They are going to enforce it, majority of the companies will. I'm not saying there's not going to be brick and mortar. There's still going to be brick and mortar, but then work from home will take on the day. Okay, work from home will take on the day. So there's going to be new ailments or new sickness. I don't want to say sickness. Let's just say ailments. And I am looking at ergonomic issues. That's the issues that we have from sitting down for a long time and using um, what should I say, using maybe computers, using technology. Okay, over a period of time, there are issues with ergonomics. Ergonomics has to do with maybe your hand, the way you put it together to do stuff and stuff like that. And then there's also going to be issue caused by depression as a result of people working from home. It's going to be a lot of stuff. So over a period of time, we will gather and understand, have a deeper understanding of these changes, what is going to result. The result of these changes to people is going to be different for everybody, but we will see. There will be a deeper study going into all this. Okay, so working from home comes with its own problems. Don't forget that. Okay, so there's going to be number 4 is going to be a unification of mobile, distributed ledger technology, and health, telehealth, I call it. It's going to be connected. There's going to be mobile, distributed ledger, a drone, and with telehealth. So this simply means you can, when let's say you will go to the hospital, you can use your whatever device you have as a sub-agent, which is a authentication device, primary authentication. You can use it to be admitted to the hospital, giving your biometric and all the other information that you have, and this will be committed to a place where it will be impossible to erase or tamper with the information. And say you have a prescription, and you are at the hospital, you can collect it with you and go. But say your order was over online, and then you live at a certain distance from the location where the hospital is or clinic is. It is possible that if you have a prescription, see how people go to CVS or how some clinic and hospital have their pharmacy area. The order could come to the pharmacy, but it will automatically go to a drone which delivers it to your home if the order comes from home. You're gonna see this kind of crazy technology around, a lot of it. You're gonna see drone doing a lot of stuff. It's gonna be all consorted. You're gonna see drone delivering, picking up, doing all these amazing things, all committed to distributed ledger where the transaction cannot be erased. It's irrefutable, it's transparent. Once you have permission, you could be a part of that. However, two individuals could be savvy to the transaction. Not everybody should have the details of that information. So the data is always going to be the king at the end of the day. So pay attention to all these changes that are yet to come. So facial recognition, AI, they're going to be a part of our lives, and the robotics are going to play a large role. And I hope we don't create artificial intelligence that will kill us by the end of the century. Anyway, these are all the predictions that I have for you guys. And I promise you guys to do a conference using one of our nodes or server to show the the advantage of having your own node, so a decentralized sort of video conferencing to take advantage of that. So I will post a note on LinkedIn. I'll also post something on Facebook or Instagram, but more especially LinkedIn. So that way people that are interested can be a part of the conference. I will specify a date and I'll show clear instructions on how to log in to share that moment with us. It'll be fun, and I want you to come. The whole idea of what I'm doing is to set the set the background for educating people using video conferences, teleconferences, educating them on the technology of the day and helping youths. As you well know, I'm the self-acclaimed spokesperson for the youths in tech, and I want to use my spare time to do all I can to support, encourage, push, train, educate our youths to take on the day of technology. And as I speak, I'm so happy having spent this little time with you guys. And I will see you guys again. This is Josiah on Each One, Teach One. And I hope you guys will have a good night. I'll see you guys again. Hey. Okay, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you have already subscribed, go ahead and like, share and share and share it. And don't forget to hit the notification button so that whenever I have my moments, you will be a part of the delivery. Thank you and enjoy your day. Signing off. Good night, y'all.